The streets are so unbelievably dead today. This virus is like killing everything. But, you hear that? The birds are everywhere. So if you're new to our channel, this channel is all about Scamp campers. In particular, our 2006 Scamp 16 foot. And we talk everything Scamp camper and really kind of tiny camper and organization and, you know, stuff that all comes along with all of that, towing and how things work in a smaller camper. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, stick around. And if you're liking what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. So today is going to be more of a vlog? Blog? Does anybody even call stuff vlogging anymore? I don't know. Anyways, it's going to be kind of a it's not going to be the traditional way that I normally make these little episodes, but it's been a really, really long time since we put out anything, like 2 whole months. Stuff's been kind of crazy around the house, and then of course with this virus thing going on, but you know what? Now I've got some time, so just kind of thought that's what we'll go and do. So as you can see behind me here, Scampy is back home. I don't know how much we're going to get to use the Scamp camper this year. It seems like most things are kind of closing, and so hopefully we'll get an opportunity to use it at some point. But here it is. It's at home anyways. We had a big rainstorm yesterday. It's still really dirty. The rain-ice mix kind of washed a lot of the January dirt off of it that we were kind of dealing with. So it's kind of been a weird beginning to 2020 anyways. Hopefully you guys are all safe and whatever. Really just super busy. Nothing bad or anything going on. Just stuff. You know, stuff going on in this videography stuff, vlogging, blogging can be kind of time-consuming sometimes. Yeah, I just kind of had to take a little break from it for a while and put some other priorities in front of it. But like I said, with all this coronavirus stuff going on, hopefully you guys are at home and you're safe and you're able to watch this. But I wanted to kind of go over what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be I don't know, filming, I guess, over the next couple weeks. Sarah's going to have some time off work here also, or not necessarily off work. She's working from home. I don't know if she'll have full days or what the deal will be. But either way, we'll have some more time together, and so we're hoping to get some stuff videotaped for you guys. But one of the first things that I really want to talk about is, and I'm not going to talk about it in depth in this video, I want to do another one, but I just want to let you guys know what's coming up, what you can look forward to, because we haven't put anything out for a while, so I've got some stuff up here, and so excited to get to that. This tank top deal, it's kind of a new newer company, and it's a seat that you put on top of a propane tank, like a 20-pound propane tank, but I have another use for it, and I actually saw this guy, and I'm so sorry, dude. Forgot your name, lost your card. I bought this myself, so it's not like you gave it to me or anything. I just said, hey, if I do a review on it and you like what you see, would you send me a second one? Because my thought on this is if it works the way that I have planned, it'll fit on top of, the one that I have will fit on top of one of our propane tanks, and it'll take the place, if I have 2 of them, it'll take the place of that table. If you guys saw that little review that I did, I'll put a little link up here about that I don't know what you'd call it, that basically that little outdoor table that we kind of created with just a piece of wood and some ratchet straps. So I'm hoping that this seat, or what's supposed to be a seat for like ice fishing or hunting or whatever, wherever you have a propane tank, you can cover it. It's got the cutout so all your connections are still able to be hooked up. But I'm hoping that just makes it a little bit easier. Not that the table is all that hard, but makes it a little bit easier for putting that stuff on the front of our camper, and we don't have to worry about a ratchet strap or anything like that. when we get to camp. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. Our second video that we put out 3 years ago on this channel, or 2.5 years ago, whatever it was, how we organize our scamp, which is kind of funny. It's like that's our second video, our second time doing anything. And so hopefully we're going to redo, or I shouldn't say hopefully, we will be redoing our video here, because we're going to be packing everything back into Scampy here in the next coming days probably, and so you'll see that video coming out in the next few weeks. But yeah, I'm going to take you inside the camper, kind of show you as it comes out of storage what it kind of looks like. So it's a little bit of a mess in there, and I showed you a little bit on the outside. It's a lot cleaner than it was. It's kind of been rainy, dreary, weird here in Minnesota for the last few days, so I was really hoping to get video when it was really dirty to show you what cold storage can kind of do over the winter. But let's go in the camper. Oh, and another thing I want to point out, if you start noticing this happening on your camper, the sooner you take care of it, the better off you'll be. We get these little black lines that come after any moisture whatsoever comes from the top of the camper. I don't know if it's coming from a black seal up top or where, you can never really trace it back. But every year we get this, and we've noticed that if we haven't done a really good job with it, it's much harder to get off. So I'm assuming if you let it go for more than 1 year, that's when all that weird oxidation stuff begins to happen. So yeah, everything's just kind of a mess in here. There's a lot of stuff that isn't in here that's missing. But I wanted to kind of show you guys what we all pull out, so you'll see the difference between this video and our organizational video. All of this stuff normally kind of rests on the bed. We keep the bed down. But once again, one thing I've noticed, we have absolutely no mice. Oh, make sure that you open your refrigerator when it's still cold out. Leave it open, otherwise you will get mold in there. We did go with the pink stuff again this year. I know we said we were thinking about not doing it. I did it again just to be safe. Filled all the lines with the pink antifreeze. It's not really that hard to drain it all out of there. But I've noticed no mice. No mice at all in here again, which has been really good. And you know, for that, we just use basically just use our dryer sheets and shove them in all the holes all over the place. But the cupboards are relatively bare on the inside, because almost everything gets pulled out of here. Anything that mice can get into or might want to chew up, we leave our dishes in here. We'll take them out and wash them in the spring, so nobody freak out about that. But all these little bins are just empty. All the food, of course, everything comes out of there. We leave the coffee pot in there. That'll get cleaned also. And then we do leave, I do leave, usually, well, I shouldn't say I leave. Usually I pull my clothes out of here, my extra clothes. I keep just like an extra pair of shorts and socks and stuff just in case. Flashlights stay up there. And then, yeah, some of that. This cabinet here is all cleared out. So right now it's just a pretty bare camper, and you know, I understand, oh wow, there's not a whole lot to see here, but I wanted to let you guys know what it looks like when we take it back home, because it's definitely a transformation after we put all of our stuff back in here, because we pull out most of it. We have 2 large plastic totes that we put everything into, and then we bring it inside our house for the winter months here in Minnesota. Along with that, top the tank and the, you know, showing you how we organize, because things have changed. I know some of you are going, well, if you already have an organizational video, why put out another one? Quite frankly, because a lot has changed in a couple of years. A lot has changed in, you know, just a few months of camping when we initially did it. So it's kind of funny that, like I said, we put that video out because we really had no idea what we were doing. But we were like, yeah, we've mastered this camper thing. Yeah, we hadn't. And I don't think we still have. I mean, there's lots that you can learn. You can constantly be learning from your camper and from your camping style, and some of that will change, I'm sure, as you get older or as time moves on. So anyways, so those will be a couple videos you guys can look forward to seeing coming up here, hopefully in the next few weeks, barring that nothing else goes terribly wrong. So the campgrounds are closed, in not only the state parks, but we've gotten some notifications from private campgrounds that we were either looking at or inquiring about, or ones that we've stayed at in the past, and they have your email or whatever, and they send you notifications saying, hey, by the way, we're not going to be open at least until April 1st, or farther than that out. And so we're thinking Mother's Day, our Mother's Day camping trip this year is possibly going to be canceled. Maybe our Father's Day too. We're not 100% sure. We'll see how things go. Hopefully by June, we can actually get the camper out and do some camping. I would encourage you, if you are at home and maybe you don't have a camper, or maybe you just have a tent, you know what? Put that tent up in the backyard and spend a night with the kids, or even just with your spouse or whoever in the backyard. And, just kind of take advantage of some of this extra free time that we have. I mean, that's my advice. Take it or leave it, whatever. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to take advantage of as much of this time as possible. And we're going to get some new episodes out for you guys. And so hopefully you all are liking what you see here. And if you are, like I said at the beginning of the video, hit that subscribe button. If there's things that you're curious about Scam Campers or our journey in finding our camper, because I haven't mentioned this for a while, but I know people were really curious about it at the beginning. We looked at over 150 different campers, and I mean like different campers, not just different colors or different layouts. We were looking at different manufacturers and completely different model names and numbers, and when we were originally looking. We also have towed this camper that I'm in right now that I showed you. It's relatively good size. We've towed this camper with a minivan. We towed it for 2 years with a minivan. We just recently, almost exactly a year ago actually, we got our truck. So we've had this camper now for like 2.5 years, and we've done a lot with it. We've gone a lot of places. We haven't gone everywhere that we've wanted to go. Obviously our Florida trip this year was canceled, but hopefully we'll get around to doing it and just go do it. Yeah, I would encourage you guys, if you can. I mean, we're supposed to stay locked down. We're supposed to stay in, especially if you're in the state of Minnesota right now. We're kind of on this whole quarantine thing. But, take some time and just spend it with family if you can, if you feel comfortable with that, I guess. Otherwise, if you're just at home with your family or alone or whatever, get outside. Listen to the birds. Take in a good sunrise or sunset. Look at the stars. And enjoy it, because we may never get an opportunity like this again. I want to thank all of our first responders. I want to thank everyone who is in the medical field for everything that you guys do. You guys are on the front lines. And I also want to thank those essential employees who, may be working at a grocery store or fast food restaurant or whatever, but you're still working. You don't get to take advantage as much of this time, and maybe you're hectic right now. We want to take this time to thank everyone out there who is still working during all of this. And for those of you who maybe are out of work right now and you're wondering where your next paycheck is going to come from, or where your next amount of groceries is going to come from, we just want to let you guys know that we're praying for you, and we really are praying that this goes by quickly, and even if it doesn't, I guess we trust that He's got it in His hands. Guys, thank you for watching, and we hope that you're enjoying these videos. We hope to get back into being more frequent on it. So until next time, God bless.